Welcome to another episode of Foreign Insight Podcast with your host, Maddox. Today we're going to talk about my body, my choice. For a lot of females, this is a touchy topic, but little do y'all know, it is also a touchy topic for men, right? So I think we got to get comfortable with having these uncomfortable conversations. And I think that I don't think I know. A lot of y'all have been brainwashed with this concept of my body, my choice, and y'all really don't understand what it actually means, right? And this is another trick that was created by feminists to brainwash women in general, but it really affected my black women the most. And because black women used to have babies and 80% in wedlock, and these, let's be honest, a lot of these these white feminists was jealous. They was jealous. Also, they had a thing with their men, but they were still jealous of black women, I would say, of how the baby was growing and how he was having babies in wedlock. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Right? And a lot of women keep saying, my body, my choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. But do they really know the meaning of that phrase, of that mantra? And today I put to have a discussion with my homegirl. She's supposed to come up here. I don't know where she's at this moment. Hold on, let me try to get up here real fast. Yeah, let me try to invite her up here. But a lot of women follow that mantra, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. And I always tell women, a baby ain't your body. A baby ain't your body part. A baby is his own, has his own identity, own unique DNA. Has 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 legs, 2 arms, has its own brain. It eats, it smiles, it kicks all inside of you. That is not your organ. My body, my choice is something to do with your own body parts, right? So if you got an arm and you want to get a tattoo on your arm, that's your body of choice. Or even sleep who you want to sleep with, your body of choice. That's your prerogative. Not only that, you know what else is my body, my choice? Not taking the goddamn vaccine. That is also your body of choice. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's also your body of choice. Vaccine. Like the fact that, let's call it what it is. The fact that abortions are a murder of a child, and the PC way is to say it's an abortion. It's crazy to me that we don't see it no other way, right? So let's say, for example, the whole Roe v. Wade thing. A lot of people don't even know what the Roe v. Wade was actually about, to be perfectly honest, right? And I'm I'm not 100% like for it to ban it, and I'm not 100% to not ban it. Let me explain. I do believe that there's a gray area, right? When things, when abortion is acceptable. I know one want to talk about the rape cases or the rape cases as pregnancy. Yes, it happens, but it's extremely rare to get pregnant from a grape, because usually the woman who gets raped usually report it and take the proper procedures to prevent pregnancies. But let's say if you did get raped, right, and you waited 5, 6, 7 months, that baby didn't ask to be here, and now that baby can live on its own within like 5 months or 6 months. The baby can live on its own with assistance. That baby deserves to live at this moment. You knew what happened to you back then, and it's sad, it's unfortunate. But you waited that long, that baby, at least, all right, have the baby, then get a baby up for adoption. That's the case. That baby could be the next president, next doctor, lawyer, the person who can probably possibly cure AIDS. We don't know this. So the other extreme is a lot of people don't want no types of restrictions on abortion. They want abortion to be up until 9 months, which is the most craziest thing that some women can say they want abortions up to 9 months. And how can a man govern a woman's body, or how you kind of violate their bodily autonomy? This is BS. Because if we talk about abortions, right, they would say men shouldn't mind women's business. Stay out of women's place, it's the women's talk. But then when a man defends my body, my choice, that same man is never being told, mind your business, because you know why? Because it fits their narrative. Or even if a state, who are men usually, or pass the laws in their favor, they never say stay out of woman's business, because the man passed the laws in their favor. And let's get to the Roe v. Wade thing, right? For real, for real. What is actually Roe v. Wade, right? I'm trying to give a quick thing of what I understand it to be. I forgot the lady's name, but Roe v. Wade basically is a lawyer versus the person who said she wanted to have the abortion. The lady wanted to have the abortion, like a late term abortion, basically, and she couldn't get it because it was a late term abortion. So she tried to put up allegedly she tries to make up a story and said black man raped her. So let me get the abortion. And they like, no, you waited this long to get the abortion? No. So she have got some, if I'm mistaken, some radical feminist lawyers. That's when that term came about, if I'm mistaken, my body, my choice. She basically wanted to have the abortion, if I am mistaken, somewhere at the end of the second trimester into the third. So if you ask women, are you for Roe versus Wade? Are you for Roe versus Wade? Mind you, the overturn of Roe v. Wade is just to make the states decide what they want to do on that situation. So therefore, it forces people to vote locally. So if you don't want it, and if you do want it, you vote locally. So basically, this lady was basically a deadbeat. She had 3 children and gave her children away. 3 kids and gave them away. So if you couldn't take care of the child, the first child, you couldn't take care of, fine. Second child, while you're getting pregnant constantly, then the third child, you try to abort it. If I am mistaken, I think she tried to abort all 3 children, or maybe the last 2. So you can't keep your punani in your pants or use birth control. It's different forms of birth control. That was old, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, the lady who actually, the baby in the Roe v. Wade case, is a grown woman now. She's a grown woman. Look it up. She's a pure white woman. No black mixed inside her at all. So that means that lady lied to get a law passed. And then feminist lawyers use her. And somehow, it's my body, my choice, and try to brainwash a lot of women that abortion is some type of badge of honor. I know it's uncomfortable, but it's the truth. If you keep getting abortions, women, y'all don't know this, but it messes with your mental health regardless. But if you keep getting abortions to the point it will hurt your body and damage your body to the point that you won't be able to have children when you want children. They don't tell you that part though. They don't tell you the part when you that the baby's alive. They make it sound all nice and sweet. They don't tell you if you wait until the second trimester that they gotta cut the baby in half. And it's a 2-day process. And they chop the baby up inside of you. They don't tell you that gruesome process. It's a sad sight. It's very sad, man. And then what happened? For my black women out there to understand where I'm coming from, let's be honest. The whole Planned Parenthood was based in racism. Let's be perfectly honest with this. These white people was jealous of black people growing at an alarming rate. Once again, black people was having babies in wedlock overwhelmingly more than any other race at that time. So they knew, yo, damn, black people, they're growing. They're growing. They're having babies and marriages. They're growing. Yo, we got poverty against them, and they still happy and they're still growing. What the hell? So they created Planned Parenthood eugenics programs, basically, and tried to further exterminate the black race. They try to do that. If I am mistaken, the first Planned Parenthood, if I'm talking my head, I think like 1914 in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Why would you put that in Brownsville? They know what they was doing. They put them Planned Parenthoods in a lot of low-income, poverty-ridden areas in the black community for a reason. So, if I am mistaken, I can't remember the site I was on a couple years back, but last time I checked, it was like 19 to 20 million abortions since the 70s until present day, until that present day, a few years back. So that basically had 19 to 20 million people unalived behind extreme white feminist propaganda. And even the lady who created what you call it, Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, I think she was in close ties with KKK. I try to tell that to my black women, but they don't get it, man. We need black people to have more babies. But in order, my homegirl said she'll come on live. She ain't come on live yet. I mean, see what I'm talking about, man? This is crazy. So if anybody else want to come on, because probably me and her episode, if anybody else want to come on and have a conversation, let's have this conversation. Hello?
Hello?
You can hear me?
What the fuck? Is somebody calling me?
I don't know if somebody calling you.
Every time I join your live, it do some bullshit.
Your phone sound kind of like it's smothered in gravy. I can't really hear you.
Nah, I'm just not talking loud. That's
All right. So, what's your views on my body, my choice? Are you for are you pro-choice or pro-life?
I'm 50-50.
So you pro so do you really believe in my body, my choice?
I do, but I don't. I
Explain.
do when it's a sense where you're being molested, but anything other than that, nah.
So you
The father should always have a say so.
so you believe that if it's two people having sex unprotected and one get pregnant, you believe that the woman should keep the baby because she knows what she was doing, or she can decide to get rid of the baby no matter the trimester.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Once that baby get a heartbeat and the brain start forming and it can wiggle its finger. I think what's that? 4 months, 5 months?
Yeah, I think it's second trimester.
I say like how I personally believe about 3 months tops. If you want to get technical, I want to say 2 months top. Mm, you should, make a decision based on that. But after 3 months and up, no, you should not be thinking about aborting anything. You should be making a decision when you find out that you're pregnant and look at your surroundings when it comes to the household, when it comes to the father, their background, how they were raised, how you were raised. All of that should be taken into consideration. Honestly, truly, real shit before you even have sex with somebody. But you don't know what they just for. So
I my thing is this. I agree with.
why is my phone ringing? Let me get off and come back. Hold on.
All right. Well, put your phone on do not disturb. I do believe that I know we're human. None of us are perfect, and we get these urges that we need to, you know what I'm saying, fulfill our fantasies or get our rocks off, I should say. And we're human, so I understand it. But if you're going to be doing that, just be more responsible. Like, I don't have children because I use condoms, because I'm more responsible. Although I understand that rawness is different. When you hit that, you be regular at first, and you get that raw feeling, and you be like, butterflies in the sky. Jamaicans say bumba clot. That's not what it said, but you get what I'm saying, though. It's a different feeling. But you just can't nut in her, man. You gotta pull out, be responsible. Think about them goddamn kids gonna come up in the future. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back. It stopped ringing. I had to close on my app.
Yeah. You can put your phone on don't disturb, or that way it won't.
That was Instagram ringing. It wasn't my phone ringing.
Yeah, it does both. It'll stop from both from doing it.
Oh, got you. Hold on.
'Cause a lot of people don't.
Hello?
Yeah, a lot of people don't
Yeah.
understand that that second trimester. They don't tell you, but having an abortion in those times, like 3 to 4 months or like 5 months, especially, is like a 2 day process.
Yeah, at that point, that's a human. That
Yes,
ain't no embryo. That's not no zygote. That's none of that. That is a full human right there.
and then some women. I remember a woman arguing me down one day. True story, feminist woman too, and they was arguing me down saying a baby. It's not a baby until it's born. And like, what do you mean?
Nah,
Like, oh,
that's
listen.
cat.
Like, oh yeah, it's a fetus even at 9 months. So I said, so hold on. So let's say, for example, if the baby is born an hour from now, it wasn't a baby an hour before that. Like, it's still a
Hmm.
baby. It's
Yeah.
still a baby. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. No, it's not. I mean, no, those are PC words they're using for you. Because right now, if a guy or a woman kill a baby, no, kill a woman who's pregnant, they will be charged
You
with
killing
two.
two people.
They will be charged with
Mm-hmm.
with two bodies. Or even if our, let's say, for example, if, let's say, I had a fight with somebody and then I made a mistake and hit your stomach and you lost the baby, they would try to charge me with a crime. So how is
Yes,
it?
they do.
So how is it I could be charged with a crime with a baby that's not born? It's a baby then, but when she decides to get rid of the baby, it's a fetus. It's not a baby anymore. Do you see the fuckery they play? The politics they play? It's weird. If she decides to murder, have an abortion at 6 months or at 5 months, it's abortion and wasn't a baby because it wasn't born yet. It's a fetus. But if a guy make a mistake and hit the woman, like bump her stomach by accident or run her over by accident, and she falls
Mm-hmm.
down, lose the baby. See what I'm talking about? They don't say lose the. They don't say lose a fetus. They say lose a baby. Now it goes
Mhm.
back until it's a baby again. That's why I can't trust these woke liberal points and these feminist points, because when a woman does it, abortion, it's not a baby, it's a fetus, and it wasn't a baby yet. But then, for any other circumstance, if somebody else causes that woman to lose the child, or they don't label it as fetus anymore, they call it a baby. Am I bugging, or am I making sense?
Nah, you making sense. Just like King Ray has said at conception, I believe that shit too.
Yo,
Once that sperm and that egg unite, that's it.
yeah, man, listen, and also, like, a lot of women out here are saying my body, my choice, but they're not choosing to be on birth control.
Hmm.
Like,
Not
that's,
even. It's not even birth control. You're not even protecting yourself without birth control.
I agree.
Because
I,
it starts there. It starts with number one, either not having sex at all, or using protection while you have sex. Now,
mm-hmm.
the birth control is just a secondary option to make sure. Just like if you was to go to the store and get a plan B, it's secondary. However, it starts with you holding down your temple. And if you ain't holding down your temple, everything bound to crumble.
And here's the thing that also is super, super, like, irrational and super, super weird. When you ask them, y'all got more options to prevent pregnancy than men, but you leave
Mm-hmm.
it more on the men. But as mind you, the pregnancy is happening in your body. You are the host. So when I ask them this one question, how come you didn't use birth control or Plan B? What they would say all the
The
time
number
is,
one answer is it feels better without.
no,
That's the
no,
number one
no, no,
answer.
no. They said no, feel better without a condom. But when I ask them about the Plan B or birth control, different options, like different, the double shot, or the thing that go
Mm-hmm.
inside, they what that thing called again? The
Next Blanon.
DU. I put DUI. I'm bugging out. What's it called? What?
Next Blanon.
All right. And they say, oh, listen, I don't want the birth control because it affects my body. So I always ask them, what? So raw penis don't affect your body? Like, do you
I mean,
understand?
from a personal experience from somebody that actually did have Nexplanon, if you have Nexplanon, in your body for too long, especially for somebody that gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, your fat in your arm tends to grow around it to the point where your gynecologist can't find it. And that's something that actually happened to me.
But
So I'm not going to say that it harm your body, but there's definitely disadvantages
they could say,
to
harm
that.
or affect. They use both, and they say these birth controls would affect my body. These birth control would harm my body. Did what they would say, right? But I'm telling them, so which is more of a rare thing. It happens, and a lot of time, a lot of women don't change it. They'll keep that thing inside them and say, "Oh, it didn't work." No, you probably got it replaced.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Yeah, I believe it's every 5 to 8 years or something like that.
some
If I'm not
people,
bugging.
some people don't get it
I had mine
replaced.
in for 3. After 3, I had to come out because it got to a point where I would check it and I wouldn't feel it no more, and I'm just like, what the hell?
And mine,
Where did this shit go?
so a lot of the time, or even when they taking the pill, a lot of the time taking the pill wrong. They missing.
Mm-hmm. And because you got to take that shit at the same exact time every
Yeah,
day.
and they missing a
Otherwise,
day or two, and they say it didn't work. No, you messed up. It worked. You messed up, literally. But they don't take accountability. Say, oh, you know what? I fucked up. They'll take it on Wednesday, Thursday, no Friday,
forget
no
Friday.
Saturday. Then try to continue. Then try to continue it on the day after, and then when about you pregnant? Hey,
Yeah, you got to start that shit right on over.
it's crazy. It's crazy, right? But my thing is, they said these things affect their body, right? Fine. It
Mm-hmm.
could it could have an effect on your body. It's more of a rare thing. Which one would have
Yeah,
more effect on your body? Sperm or birth control?
that's wrong.
Thank you.
But then now you got to make a life decision.
Raw penis will
What's
have a
going
more
for the rest of
deadly
your life?
effect on your body because A person could give you
And now let's not talk about diseases.
No, hold on. That's what I'm going with. A person could give you a person could give you STD. It could give you HIV or a baby. All three things will affect your body way more than pregnancy. Or no, I mean way more than preventing pregnancy. To me, it's bullshit excuses. Because
I know my father's best friend. He had her best friend had 2 daughters, and one of them was just wild into gangs and all this stuff. And this girl ended up getting herpes at the age of like 16 because she was out there in the streets at a very young age. Mind you, she's younger than me, so I'm a grown woman at this time hearing these stories. So it scared me because wait, what? 16? I don't even think that girl was 16 yet, really. She had it because she was wilding out from a very young age. And unfortunately, God rest her soul, her mama couldn't control her. It was bad, and it got to the point where the younger sister would follow her. It was bad. It was a big old thing at one point in my life. I want to say I could have been like 22.
But
yeah, that was scary.
But that's the point that I'm going
at that age, that go crazy.
No, it
what
does.
What the fuck you doing?
No, but mind you, it does go crazy. But the thing is, that also can happen whether without or with birth control, right? But I'm saying to women out there who are saying birth control affects my body, it make me feel sick, and I'm like, yo, what would you rather have, herpes or being sick from birth control for a day or two? Like, it's not even it's a no-brainer to me. Like, the things that they are saying out there because they don't want to take accountability, and they keep putting all the responsibilities on the man, saying he didn't use a condom. I'm like, listen, I hear all of that, but at the end of the day, you allow it. You control sex. You literally control
Especially
sex.
them sessions where you start with a condom and then it's, oh, let me take this off, baby. Let me take this off. I'm going to feel you. And then it's, oh, okay, daddy, you can take it off. You can feel me. And it's bad out here.
Your voice was just mad seductive. Yo, listen, man. I don't know. You saying that song. Do you want me?
I don't like that song. That's what I got out of all these trendy songs that's out now. Can't stand them. Can't stand them.
Yo, what's up, King? Yo, give me some
what's good?
Give me some insight.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just you was talking about a topic. I'm saying that's very controversial, and you mentioned something that was pertaining to the law system. There was actually a lady, I forgot what state it was. She was driving in the HOV lane, and she had her children in the car, and they pulled her over, and the officer was like, "You don't have enough people in the car." She was like, pregnant. "No, one is in my And he gave her the ticket. She went to court, and she fought it, and it got dismissed because the child is considered.
Yeah, that's a person.
Yeah.
That's a hope. And anybody that say otherwise, you sound fucking stupid.
Now watch this. Now watch this. In that case, she used the fetus as an actual baby / person and got it dismissed. But if she decided to abort the baby, for some weird reason, it's no longer a baby anymore. Do you see the game they're playing? I make sense, King? I make sense?
I probably got a phone call because you don't even hear his background either.
No.
Like, does that make sense to y'all? She can literally say, oh, I got my baby counts as another person, which I agree with her, and then gets dismissed. But that same woman can say, nah, I want to have an abortion, and it's not a person yet. It's just a clump of cells. Like,
people like to use things based off of what benefits them. And that is the problem with this world now, because it's like everybody want to be so fucking selfish and not take nobody else into consideration as long as it benefits them.
I agree.
So you'll really use an unborn to get you off on a ticket, but then be like, nah, this not a baby. That go crazy. Once you went, I'm sorry.
I
This
remember.
world is fucked up. Like I told you before, you can't talk to people who got that wall up. Once that invisible wall is up, that's it. You might as well just shut the fuck up and do what you do now and just cut them the fuck off.
I
Cut
remember.
them out the aisle.
I remember like in like 2000, like I want to say 17. I
Yeah.
met this girl, and I met her like at my corner store.
Mhm.
I met her by the plantains. I remember she bought some green plantains. I remember that, like mad green. I don't like green plantains, by the way, but she bought a
Yeah.
green
Me
plantains,
neither.
and I was talking to her, and I bagged her. She had like that little bubble. Man, that's kind of nice. Short haircut. So we exchanged numbers, back and forth texting for a couple days, and it led to us having sex. We technically we
Mhm.
You could call it sex, but it really wasn't sex. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I didn't even get 3 pumps in her, but I was in her for a second. So when I'm
That's what
trying,
it takes.
it's still considered sex. She literally hopped on my penis raw. So, get off me, man. I gotta get the condom. She's like, I don't want to have sex. I'm like, what? So when you hopped on my penis raw and I push you off, I get a condom for protection, and then you say you don't want to have sex. It's kind of a weird thing. So
Mhm.
she did it
Some people is
again.
coming your life to set you up.
No, hold on. She did it again. I'm like, stop. So I get a condom again. Now I'm wasting 2 magnums. I'm tight. Like, man. Yo, you wasting mad at my condoms, man. So she was like,
Yeah, that's just ain't cheap.
so long story short, I'm going to fast forward. She going to try to hit me up one day, like a month and some change later, talking about she's pregnant. I'm like, what? By who? Congratulations. By you, nigga.
Oh,
Yo, she thought that she was dashiki from that Wayne Brothers movie. I'm like, get out of here, girl. Like, it was 2 dick pumps that you jumped on top. You jumped on top of my penis and threw it back twice, and then all of a sudden you pregnant. Get out of here. Long story short,
mhm.
I asked her, listen, man. She said, oh, listen, I'm pregnant. I know who I am. So I asked her one simple question: have you ever got an abortion before? She was like, oh, never, because I'm a God fearing person and I could never do nothing like that. And when I die and go
She
to
okay?
she said, when I die and go to heaven, how I'm look that man in his face. What I'm gonna tell that man? What I'm gonna tell that man? Calling God the man. What I'm gonna tell that man? I mean, this girl's
She got
bugging.
kids?
Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So she's telling me that she would never have an abortion because when she dies and goes to heaven, she can tell God no excuses about that. So
Mhm.
I go to her crib to have this discussion to make sure she really was pregnant. Because I know she wasn't, but for my psyche, so my brain, I want to be,
That's gonna be a minute.
you know what I'm saying? So I go in the
Mhm.
crib. She had the biggest project apartment of all times, and she had 2 babies in there.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
one was like 1 and one was like 2. And
Back
I'm
to
like,
back.
this crib threw me off because her kitchen had a love seat in it. I don't know how you have a love seat in your kitchen. That was weird to me. It's like a cloth couch in the kitchen. It gave me
Like
San
the kitchen
the
or the
kitchen.
dining room
No, the kitchen
kitchen?
next to the stove kitchen. That's a fire hazard.
But nah, that
That
go
shit
crazy.
reminds me of Sanford and Son. Like it's just mad junky, but it was a real big apartment. Anyway, we finally get a schedule to go to the clinic. We go to the clinic, and God must have knew we was coming there because we went through the door, and there was no patients there. We went straight to the back to see the doctor, like straight up,
Mhm.
just straight up to the back. So the doctor asked her questions. The doctor, and the reason why I always tell women don't really get advice from other women because one of the nurse assistants try to lie for her.
Mhm.
So I think let me ask you a question. Can you get pregnant from one poke of a penis? It's possible. And
Technically speaking,
also,
it depends on how
no,
aroused you
no,
are.
hold
If
on.
you
No,
juicing.
hold on. I'm going with what they told me. Hold
Okay,
on.
okay, I'm sorry.
She's like, yeah, it depends on, you. I said, miss, no, you can't. No, yes, you can. They didn't try to lie to her about the test. Oh yeah, the tests are super accurate from the corner store. I said that dollar test is not accurate like that, but it can be depending if you use it right. Yeah, you're right about
Mhm,
that. Long story short, a Chinese doctor coming in, a woman doctor coming in. She
mhm,
asks her, before we do any test, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever got an abortion before? And if so, how many? The lady
mhm.
said,
They always ask that.
she said, can you tell him to leave out the room? So that mean
True, they ask that shit just for a regular physical.
so that means you lied to me and told me I would never had an abortion before in my life. You literally lied to me because you couldn't tell me the number of abortions you had. You were so embarrassed
Mm.
that you made me leave the room. So
It seemed like she had.
when she came back, we in the room arguing. It was bullshit. Long story short, the nurse came back like an hour later and was like, yo, listen, you're not pregnant, by the way. Yes, I am pregnant, motherfucker. I am so. She's like, no, you're not. I got breast milk. So listen, that breast milk came from your last child who was 1 year old. And number two, you cannot get pregnant for one poke of penis. That's not how that works. Like you get pregnant from from semen, but it's sperm in it, but you have to been fucking unprotected the whole time, and
Mhm,
he's pre-coming inside of you.
mhm,
It's super rare, but it's possible in that regard.
mhm,
But how you
mhm.
hop on his penis one time, like Yoshi? No, Mario brother Yoshi hop on top of Mario. I mean, Mario hop on Yoshi back. Bam, bam.
Mhm.
That what she did. Bam, bam, and got off. And then now you're pregnant. Like, get out of here. Get out of here,
Okay, when
man.
you explain it that way, yeah,
Like,
that sounds crazy.
it was like bam, bam, and got off, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant. No, you're not pregnant like that, man. Well,
Oh, so she's trying to lie on you.
man, she had
She's trying to put you on child support.
yo. I told her I'd be right back. I'm
Laugh.
going. She's like, oh well, I want the blood test. Listen, the P is the test, and we confirm it with the blood. But you know what? It's your insurance. We do it. Did
Mhm,
another test on her. At that moment, I'm already happy. I said, "I ready back on the store."
mhm.
So, oh yeah, you get some food. I mean, you get some food. Bring back some food. That's all right. Cool. I hit the hospital corner like this, nigga. I ran out that shit like Saved by the Bell. I was like, I'm hitting mad corners.
Mhm.
I ran out the hospital. I ran like 2 blocks off off site and raved down a yellow cab driver. Hopped in his car. He said what happened. I told him the story. He said, hold up, you dead ass? Nah. These bitches ain't shit. The nigga took me to a restaurant to celebrate for free. Yo, come on, I got you. He took me to a restaurant and people, he bought my food. And it was me, him, and it must have been a regular restaurant for him because they all
Mhm.
was in there on the story. They, yo, that's fucked up, man. They all was like happy for me. And this chick is texting my phone the whole time. I'm hungry. I cursed that girl out. You dumbass bitch. I cursed her out. I cursed her out.
Oh, child.
Then she kept sending me, she kept calling me for different numbers.
Mhm.
I know I got totally off topic. Well, still totally on topic, but I got triggered, my bad. But yeah, my whole
It's
point
cool.
is getting late term abortions is not right. I don't believe in that. My body, my choice mantra,
Oh,
man. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry.
I feel like 2 months should be like the max. I don't even. I feel like 3 months is dragging it. 2 months should be the max.
Yo, King, you there?
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Some,
I don't know.
something similar happened to me too. That was in college like that. Shorty told me she first of all I'm gonna skip the whole crazy part. We smashed and everything, and then she asked
Mhm.
me to hold a refrigerator in the summertime because I never lived on campus. I had moved to Philly and had my own place. So when I held down her fridge for her, she went back to Queens, and then she came back. I mean, she was my bad. I'm trying to get out the crib. She came. She called me from Queens, and she was like, "Yo, by the way, just wanted to let you know I'm pregnant." I was like, "What?" Like, you pregnant? She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, so what you want to do?" She was like, "What you mean?" I'm like, y'all women say your body, your choice. I don't believe in it, but if I need to know what you want to do. She was like, "Well, I'm gonna have the abortion." I was like, "All right, I don't think you should, but if you're gonna do it, there's nothing I could do to stop you." She was like, "All right, I'll call you and let you know when it gets completed." I was like, "All right, cool." A few weeks later, I ain't hear from her. Like 2, 3 weeks go by. So I'm like, "Yo, what the hell?" So I called her and I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" She was like, "What you mean what happened?" I was like, "What you mean what I mean?" She was like, "Yo,
Not the
I don't know what
roundabout.
you talking about." I was like, "Man, stop playing. Last time I spoke with you, you told me you going to have an abortion, shorty. Like, what's up? What you mean what I mean?" She was like, "Yo, I don't know what you're talking about. You bugging out." I was like, "Yo, don't call me again. Don't talk to me. When you come back to campus, come get your fridge, and that's the end of it." She was like, "All right, cool." She comes back. She comes in, and she tries to get me to smash again. And I'm like, "Hell no. This is not going down again." I was like, "Yo, take your fridge and get out of here." So she took her fridge and left. A few years later, because she was a freshman, I was a sophomore at the time. A few years later, we ended up having the same class together. And then when we was in class, she sends me a note. "Oh, I'm sorry. I know you would have been a good father, but I didn't want to mess up your life. So she was like, I know you'd have been a good father, but I didn't want to mess up your life. You didn't graduate yet. Um, so I'll just letting you know I did have the abortion." I was like, "Man, you playing around too much. Playing around way too much."
Nah,
She was like, "Yeah, if you wanna, we could talk about it after class. I could come by your place and we could talk about it." I was like, "Nah, I'm good.
nah,
I'm
hell
good."
no,
Yeah.
Hmm.
But so when I said that now, when I told her you can't come by again, she was like, "Oh, fuck you, this and that. I was lying. I never had the abortion." I was
oh
like,
my
"Yo, you're
goodness,
fucking crazy. You're crazy. Like something is off." And the crazy part, who she looked like? I'm talking about she looked identical to the lady from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin.
bro,
So
Mhm.
I should have knew. I was
Mhm.
like, damn, that was a red flag right there already. Like I
bro.
should have never dealt with it.
I missed one part of my point too, bro. I swear. In my case, she said the same thing. Nigga, you stupid. I never was pregnant, nigga. You fucking stupid. I'm like, what? And this is what she said to me when I cursed out when I got in that when I got out that taxi. That part left out. And then she kept texting my phone from different phone numbers every day after that, sending me pictures. I told you I was pregnant, nigga, and sending me a positive picture that you can find on Google.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I blocked her. She sends me the same picture. She's so stupid. The same picture, like say it was on Monday, she waited to Thursday, sent the same picture from a different phone saying, "See, nigga, I told you I pregnant. I took 2 tests, but it's the same exact image with this number at the bottom."
Mhm.
But mind you, I was there with the doctors. Like you was never ever pregnant. Yo,
Is mind
I'm
game?
sorry, y'all. I don't have
Yeah.
the story.
At least
I
half you
feel
ain't
for y'all
half you ain't do it
though.
to no guy. There's girls out here playing games with that, and it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. And the first time I actually experienced that though was I'm not 100% sure it was mine, but I was she told me it was mine. She lived in Chester, PA. So that's when I was traveling constantly, going back and forth different states. So she told me, I was out of town, shorty. She ain't tell me she was pregnant until when I was down there with her, and she told me like I went to go see her, and then she was like, "I'm pregnant and I'm gonna have an abortion." I was like, "What?"
she's like, yeah, I just need you to come with me. She was like, it's gonna be you, my mom, and myself. Obviously, I was like, all right. So, we get there. You can see the look on her face that she's terrified. She don't know what to expect. When she comes out, bro, the look on her face, the way her body looked, I was like, damn. Like you could see a major, major difference in what happened. And I didn't knew the process, like what you was talking about, what they actually do to the baby in that moment.
Which one?
What?
The pill or the suction?
The suction.
Ooh.
Yeah, where they break the baby apart. Yeah, I didn't know
hate
that.
To witness that.
Yeah, so I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the waiting room. So I'm just saying how she came out, like she couldn't really walk. You could tell she was uncomfortable, and you could see that she was traumatized. So
I never understood why women do that.
And the thing is, my bad to cut you off, yo. And the thing is, they gas women up to get these abortions, and this is the conspiracy theory inside me, which is some parts true and some parts I don't know for sure, but I do know for sure that they use fetus cells for stem cell research.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
For sure.
What I'm saying is, I'm thinking that they're really wanting women to get abortions for those stem cells. I think they're really doing that for that reason, and it's sad to me. It's OD sad because this thing is putting trauma on women. They don't realize it, but this is messed up to a lot of women and saying, my body, my choice, gassing them up. But you ain't telling them that they're going to forever remember that for the rest of their life, and it's trauma. For women out there who abuse it, yo, them bitches ain't shit. I'm sorry to call them bees, but my bad. They ain't shit, man. To keep abusing.
There's some out there that be having like 4 or 5. It'd be like, yo, like what? Like 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5. Like what the hell? Just like you said, go on that pill. Like it's just.
I always thought I'm guilty. I had two, but they were years separate. They were years apart. But both times it was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If we doing it, and that's that. And it was equal. It was an equal feeling on the opposite end. So
did it affect you mentally until this day? Like, does it affect you?
Honestly, the last one did.
And
not the first one. The last one.
So, what was the time frame on the first one, and then the time frame for the second one, and why was the second one affect you, not the first?
Okay, so I want to say 2 years apart, 2 or 3, 2.5 to 3 years apart.
No, I'm saying during the first pregnancy when you had your first abortion,
mm-hmm.
How many months was you at that first abortion?
How many what?
How many months were you at that moment? How many months was the baby?
The first.
Oh, nah, this is very beginning, before 3 months.
All right.
Both of them.
All right. So what made the second one affect you to this day and not the first one?
Because the second one I actually did want, but I knew that it wasn't meant. As much as, like, I feel like if I would have kept it, that would have been selfish on my behalf, because at that point I was only going to be thinking about me. I wasn't going to be thinking about the father. It was what I wanted. But I had to also understand with the circumstances that it wasn't meant.
But these
so
guys,
I did what I had to do.
But these guys out here know better too. They didn't know better. Like, humping raw, you know that comes with consequences. We know this. As men.
Us women do too.
No, I get that.
Us women do too.
No, I get that, because I said the first part of the thing was about women, but now it's hold the men accountable now, right? The men itself, you know for a fact, dude, if you come in that girl, it's a very high chance she might get pregnant unless you drinking too much 50-cent sodas and 50-cent beers and shit, and it might tear your sperm count
Yo, I
down.
never forget that.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga drinking green lightning
Tropical fantasy.
yeah, tropical
Yo,
fantasy,
Fruit Punch is always my favorite.
drinking tropical fantasy and green lightnings and midnight dragon beers. You know what I'm saying? That might tear your whole sperm count up and your hairline. That's different point. Them 50-cent beers are no good. But if you coming in these girls and you know better that girl is a high chance you could get pregnant, why when she gets pregnant you say automatically, it ain't my baby? How do you know this?
Right.
This is so stupid of these types of dudes. They ain't my baby. I can't. Well, I pulled out. No, you. First of all, most of the time when people are having that climaxing moment, before that feeling comes, that little beeper vibration feeling,
Mm-hmm.
some sperm shoot out. Like it shoots out, and it's numb. Just because you felt it, don't mean you actually nutted at that time. Sometimes the sperm come out. It all depends on,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It all depends on. It's random, I should say. But when you put it, you know the consequences. We can't keep saying women know the consequences. I get that. Yeah, women know, women know, women know. But it takes two to tango. These dudes know better. And they're still humping on girls raw because the women are allowing them to do it. But it still don't erase the man's actions from being reckless himself.
Yeah, that I right now, me and this
Definitely.
guy don't talk right now because of it. Because Shorty had a baby shower, so I went, and she had her first child. The father's not around. Second one, now she was pregnant for the second time, so I'm like, yo, do I know the father of this one? And she laughs and like, nah. I'm like, okay. So time goes by, she has the baby, and then she's telling me like, yo, she calls me and she's like, yo, I got something to tell you. I'm like, what? She's like, your boy is the father. I'm like, stop playing. She was like, nah, for real, but he ain't trying to hit me and he don't want to help me. I was like, are you 100% sure? She was like, well, now I am because I tested the first guy and he's not the father, so it got to be him.
Oh my
I was
God!
like,
Why do this woman do this?
so I was like, all right. So I hit him up and I'm like, yo, I got something to ask you. He's like, what? I'm like, could you be the father? So now he starts laughing. He's like, nah, because she told me it ain't mine. I was like, well, now she's saying it is. He was like, well, she told me it ain't. So that's what I'm going with. She shouldn't have said that from the jump. He said because I was going to pay for it to get dealt with, and she said it ain't mine, so I left it alone. Now that she's here, now she's trying to say it's mine. He's like, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm like, yo, son, did you smash? He's like, yeah. I was like, did you smash Raw? He's like, yeah. I said, well, you could be the father. You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying? So it's in your best interest to go do a DNA. That way you get this squash ASAP. Because if you don't, this gonna haunt you. And I don't deal with guys that don't. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you can't be cool if you ain't taking care of your child. Like you gonna get cut off. And I'm telling you the God honest truth. I'm being blunt with you. That's just what it is. Because if you don't take care of yours, I can't trust you. Because if you're gonna create something and not want to take care of it, then I don't know what the hell you would do to
Facts.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he's like, nah, I ain't doing no DNA, this and this and that. I was like, all right, cool. Just remember what I said, cause I'm sticking by it. Like me and you, we ain't cool. Like that's just the end of it. So now she kept telling him like, yo, I just want you to be there. You ain't got to be financially responsible, this and this and that, cause he already got two different baby mothers.
So,
So this would have been his third. So he was scared that she was gonna put him on child support too, cause the first one did. Right now, the second one, I think, found out about this one that could potentially be his, and she's in the process of taking him to child support. And this third one that's potentially his, she just petitioned the court to put him on child support. So he'll have three baby mothers, four different children, and could potentially. It's just like, bro, you put yourself in a situation that is totally unnecessary. You, like you said, it takes two to tango, and men, we know that potential. And like you said, that pre-cum, you know what I'm saying? That pre-cum could make sure to get pregnant without you even knowing. You like, nah, I pulled out, or
So,
you know what
yo,
I'm saying? Like
bro,
that's not even
son,
a
that's
good way of
bro,
contraception. It's not even
bro,
contraception. Like
bro.
it's just like, bro,
That's
if you
nigga.
don't,
My bad. Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead. Finish your point.
Your phone,
You can hear
it's
me.
silent. Your vocals going.
You can hear me.
You can hear him.
I can't even see him, let alone hear him.
That's
I can't hear him.
that's y'all. But anyway, let me continue my point. Here's the point that I'm
Yeah.
making. Right at the
All
end
right.
of the day, is
It's-
this the thing that I don't like?
The vocals is gone. I told you, every time you talk controversial topics, they be shutting you down.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Nah, but lost on this thing. Hold on 1 second. Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment.
Like, oh, it's so fucking disgusting.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's I don't know, this thing's messing up. But what I wanted to say is this, right? Here thing what I don't understand is that these same dudes who say I pulled out, I did this, I did that, that's mad niggaometry. That's nigga mathematics. It makes no sense, dude. The whole time while you in there, y'all exchanging liquids in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Y'all exchanging liquids in there.
Sure is.
Right? So in your pre-cum, which is semen, it's sperm inside your semen. Literally, that's how you get pregnant from that. Not only that, these same niggas, the women gotta bend their ear, break their legs, break their arms to even get a DNA test. And then when the DNA test comes back as positive, that you are 99.9% the father, these same dudes would avoid taking care of their children, but still go to Miami for BRT weekends. They go to Vegas for Memorial Weekend. Niggas buying pit bulls. Niggas buying German shepherds. Niggas buying Gucci sneakers. Niggas buying dirt bikes. Dirt bikes, I mean. And you don't take care of your children. I can't stand a nigga with a bunch of DMX dogs and they don't take care of none of their children. You are a sucker. And I don't give a fuck. If I found out that any one of my friends did this shit, me and you are forever cut off. I'm dead serious.
That's all these women accountable too, because there's mothers out here that ain't shit neither.
No, I get that. But talking about the men right now, I understand all my friends that I know so far take care of their children. All my actual boys that I know.
Salute to them.
But if the ones who I don't know are doing that shit, I'm gonna be the first one to say this. Fuck you. Deadass. If I find out you one of them niggas out there, you hanging with me, going to trips in Vegas and shit, and you don't take care of your children, believe that I didn't know that. Just believe that I didn't know.
There's a special place to house people like that.
Because had I known you did this shit, I wouldn't be hanging with you. You buying pit bulls, nigga. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy Venom. That's my boy
Spike.
How you name your dog but don't name your son? That's wild to me, right? But my boy Spike.
That's deep.
But you don't name your son. That's crazy to me.
You wanna hear the crazy part too? Well, first of all, I was telling you about him last night. Remember I told you when we was talking about like the DV, I was telling you about the situation with the guy who shorty pulled out a knife on him when he was holding his baby. And he didn't put her on. Yeah, that was his first baby mom, and he didn't remember. I was like, he ain't put her on child support and get custody of the child, and she came out. So he was taking care of her, the child, but she ended up putting him on child support. It's the same guy with this situation that I was just telling you about with this new baby. It's the same person. You know what I'm saying? So the crazy part about this situation though was before she actually decided to petition the court, we all there chilling and we
Yo,
seen
my thing about to die, y'all. My screen, my video
yeah,
about to die. But wrap this up real fast. My bad, bro.
yeah. So
Okay.
when he seen that we were seeing something going on with a girl that basically was like wilding out in the streets, and he was like, "Yo, that's what happened when the father ain't around." I was like, "I know you ain't gonna say that right now. I know." Me and him got into an argument right there, right there. He's like, "Yeah, but really, it's not none of your business. You shouldn't even be involved." I was like, "Yo, did you hear what you just said?
You
Did you
contradicting yourself.
exactly?" Yo, bro.
Yo.
Yo, man.
Yo. Listen, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Foreign Insight Podcast, man. And listen, man, at the end of the day, man, that dumbass "my body, my choice" mantra is stupid. Stop
Oh, can I
having.
make a suggestion for the next topic?
Hold on. So, what I want to say is this: protect yourself and make better choices. And if you're gonna help Raw, make sure on both ends this is the person you want to be with forever, because y'all gonna forever be linked. With that being said, later.